Hi everyone, Zoe from Saltwater Establishment. Today we're going to take you through how to edit your static images on your site. Before we jump in with instructions on how to do that, I'm just going to take you through a couple of points to start with. So first of all is just a really important thing to note as well about how images can basically make or break your site. So when you're updating any of your images on your site, it's always really worthwhile to make sure that you get really high quality images. If you are able to, and it's within budget, we always recommend organizing a personalized photo shoot. And there are other places as well online, like Unsplash, which is this website here, where you can find some really high quality, beautiful images for your site. And yeah, I just can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that you always just use best quality every time. So the next thing we need to just chat about quickly before we start uploading images is to just take you through our image sizing cheat sheets. So we're going to be working with Little Av today to take you through the process, but this process is pretty much the same for each of our websites, is basically just have this image sizing cheat sheet on hand when you're preparing the images for the site to make sure that you make them to exactly the right size as is specified on the right-hand side here for each of the different elements of the site. So if you make them at a different size, you could cause other elements on the page to move, which we definitely don't want. So it's always really good just to stick to this, these sizing restrictions here. And another really important thing to note as well, as your site's all built in WordPress, it's really important to try and keep the size of your images under 200 KB just to make sure that your site remains nice and fast and loads really fast. Because again, a slow loading site will mean that customers will walk. No one likes sitting waiting for a page to load. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen with your site as well. All right, so let's jump into the actual process now involved in changing a static image. Like I said, we're going to be working with Little Av today, and we're going to actually just change this mountain image here in the About section as an example. So to update your page, we go again into our left-hand menu here and click on Pages, and then click on the edit underneath your home page here, and that will bring up again our Visual Composer. And well, here we are. Now it's loaded. We're just going to scroll down now until we find that area here. So here's our About section, and today we want to update this image here. So in the same way that we updated the text, once you hover over the image area, we can then go and click on this little pencil icon, and it'll come up with this dialog box here. So pretty much you don't want to touch anything else in this dialog box ever, because it could result in changes to the layout of the page. But what we want to do is just go in here and get rid of that image there and add a new one. So we're going to click on the green plus icon. Now, it will take us to our media library, which we've walked through already. This is the place where all your images are stored for your site. We need to upload a new image for this section, which I've already pre-prepared. You can drag and drop them onto this dialog box, or we can click this select files. And I've got our new static image here ready to go. I'm going to open that one up, and it will upload it to our media library here. Once it's loaded, you can see that it's selected already. Just going to move my head out of the way for a minute. And once it's selected, we then want to go and click on this set image. And that will then pull that image into that old position, into the position there. So once that's loaded, again, we have to click on the Save Changes. And if we give it a second as well, in the Visual Composer, we'll see that that image has been updated there. And then to make that site change live, we're going to go and hit on the Update button in the top right-hand corner and wait until the page reloads. Then we can go to our live site and just hit reload here as well, just to make sure that that image has gone in there perfectly and it hasn't changed any of the other layout here at all. So that's worked perfectly. Okay, that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you on the next one.